Welcome. You are now listening to Click Click Play. Please enjoy.
Fight!
Welcome to Click Click Play episode 87. I'm out of breath now.
Shut up, Meg.
Oh,
It's the most impressive thing you've ever done.
is it? Thank you.
Very proud.
Well, you know I don't need to take a breath sometimes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Meg. Baltimore, for reminding me that I've not turned off sound effects. You wonderful man, you. And welcome to Click Click Play 1987. Jordan was 10 years old in 1987.
I was born in 1987, along with all the best things like RoboCop and Metal Gear.
Were they born then as well? Was Metal Gear
Yeah.
born?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, as Brenda says, Jesus Christ, never do that again. Oh, wonderful. Nero needs to level you up. Okay, which is, yeah, hello, episode 87. We're joined by the Ginger Ninja himself, Jordan Reese.
Yo!
Jesus Christ. And
Shall I do it?
there we go, I muted him. And next, we're joined all the way from New York City. It's Andre.
Is Andre here?
No, it's
Is it?
oh no, it's Mellum. Mellum.
Hey, it's me. I know we look alike, but
Very
no,
similar.
it's only me. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Only Mellum. We
Yeah.
couldn't get Andre, so we've got second best.
Yeah.
Melhom. How have you been, Mellum?
I'm good.
It's been ages since we spoke.
Yeah. Guess what's happened since last cast?
What happened since the last podcast?
Nothing.
Oh, well, you changed
Still
your
nothing.
PlayStation username, haven't you?
Yeah, I know I have a cool COD something really cool name.
It's like meme mum muncher 420_69, something like that.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Brilliant.
I'm back streaming again.
Yeah, Mellum's streaming again. He's
Yeah.
hinting he wants a shout out. Give him a shout out.
Give Melma a shout out, please.
Oh, but yeah, we're here, we're queer, and you better get used to it. Oh, new shoes, John. How was your trip to London, Jordan?
Oh yeah, it was really nice. Just want to point out that's my chair. My chair is really squeaky. If you can hear it, I need to get a different one really. Yeah, it was really nice. Went to see Phantom of the Opera with the missus.
I've seen that 3 times on Broadway. I've seen it twice on once on Broadway, twice in the West End. Freaking loved it.
Nice. Longest running Broadway show ever.
Is it not Les Mis?
Broadway specifically. I
Oh,
think.
Broadway, yeah.
Broadway.
I like it.
Um,
Was it busy?
yeah,
'Cause
so
last time I went, there weren't.
it was.
It wasn't
You know,
full.
it was sold out,
Wow. Okay.
which is crazy, isn't it? If you think
It's to
about
say
it.
it's been going since I was born, pretty much.
We were talking about how much money has Andrew Lloyd Webber fucking got.
Oh,
Like, does he still get money each time from each ticket? Does he get £1 from each ticket, or like £10 from each ticket, or something? Or has he
Hmm.
completely sold the rights?
I have no idea, but I do like Andrew Lloyd
He's
Webber.
still getting money and it's still selling out. Jesus Christ!
Mm.
Super rich.
Yeah.
Just like Skyrim.
Yeah, it's just like Skyrim. Is that are we talking about Skyrim? Is that the?
Apparently
Oh, I
the
see.
remake-
It sells forever. I'm with you. Yeah, sorry, I'm a bit slow, a
Yeah.
bit tired today.
Yeah,
That-
They
that
sold
did
out.
Work, yeah.
they sold out because the new Jordan was
Um,
going. Yeah, but did you like it? Because is that the first time you've seen it?
So it's weird because I love musicals and I like
Gay.
the darker things in life. You know that Bloodborne and that. And obviously, it's
Bloodborne
quite a
and-
dark, gothic-y one, isn't it? And
Yeah.
I think everybody just knows the main song. Everyone knows that.
Mhm.
I don't know. Can you sing it a bit more?
Do you know my
Okay,
favorite?
so I
do,
can sing it all.
you know what my favorite one
Um,
is? My favorite one.
what?
Wishing you were somehow here again. Wishing you
Stop it
were
then.
somehow here. Sometimes it seems. That one.
That was my favorite one. I hate it now.
I
Um,
mean,
but no, funnily enough, I only saw it for the first time last year. I watched like an anniversary production that was on Netflix. I think.
Yeah, that was great.
And I was like, oh fucking hell, have I not seen this?
They
This
took
is
it off.
amazing.
It was up for about a month, I think, and then they took it off. I was like, damn it. Yeah.
Class. So then, yeah, we just got to take it someone to see it. It's awesome, really good.
Mm. Cool effects. It's better effects in London than New York.
Is it?
Yeah, New York
with the chandelier and that.
Yeah, well, it felt a bit dated in New York, whereas the London one was felt very kind of like they'd like refreshed the props in the last 15 years. Just didn't really.
I felt like the Phantom's face could get updated. Like that definitely felt like it'd been the same since the 80s.
Mm.
Like you could do a little bit more body horror with that.
He was facially challenged. Oh.
Mm.
What else did you do in London?
Do you understand the story? I don't.
It's based on a book in French, so I don't.
Yeah, I think it's quite different from the book, though, isn't it?
Like I want to.
He loves the French, Andrew.
Yeah, but things with Phantom of the Opera, I feel like that the story is trying to represent something totally different. Like the Phantom doesn't exist in real life. You know, actually, he doesn't exist.
Does he not? I'm not sure. Like,
No, I think he
they
does.
imply.
I think it's
Yeah,
like it's
I think
literal.
it
I
does not.
don't think it's.
Yeah. But how does he take her through a mirror then into a magical sewer world?
Yeah, but is she or is she just
shrooms.
shrooms? Yeah, it's shrooms. It's talking. It's all
It's
about
hot for him.
Christine Daae's drug addiction. That was the theme of it.
It's a bit weird that his wife played the main role at when it first came out. If you think about what happens in that.
Well, some people like that, Jordan. Some people like to watch.
Don't
Mm.
spoil it. I never seen it.
Yeah, you should go see it. Man. Well, when you come to visit me in the UK, we'll go to a few musicals. Catch a show.
Perfect. Sounds like a perfect weekend.
We'll go and watch. Melon's coming over. We're gonna watch a few musicals. Might go to a few
That
bars.
must be the most cultured start to any video game podcast ever. I've got to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. So
Let's talk
speaking
about some shit then.
of cultured wrestling, did you watch WWE NXT UK Takeover Blackpool yesterday, Jordan?
No, I did what I do with all WWE content. I just saw the Twitter offerings.
It was so good.
I feel it was really good. Yeah, people seemed happy with it. You know, it's Triple H in it. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
Is it
and-
the same people that make the Kingdom Hearts names? That makes the names of the wrestling stuff?
Yeah, the WWE
He's lost me again.
NXT.
He's too fast for me today. I don't get. Is that going to take me a few seconds to get as well?
Because you know Kingdom Hearts.
Just
are like
think
the-
about all the weird names the Kingdom Hearts the games have.
It's in the title because Ben said, "What did you say, Ben?" WWE
well,
NXT.
it's WWE NXT UK. It's like,
UK,
so we've got
yeah.
8 letters. Takeover Blackpool.
Dream Drop
Dream Drop Distance.
3.4.
Do you understand my
HD.
joke now?
I got it now. Really good.
Was it good? Thank you.
But yeah, there are a few people in the chat who've not seen it yet, but it was brilliant, and the British crowd are just mental. Like they just go crazy.
Yeah.
It wasn't quiet for like one moment. I mean, it helped that the matches were brilliant, but yeah, the whole thing was just quality. I recommend watching it. I kind of watch. In fact, John, you don't stay up because Mellum and I. We're next, not next Sunday, Sunday after. We're going to be doing a pod. We're going to do a stream, a live stream over the Royal Rumble.
We are. Nice.
Yeah,
No,
Mellum
I
kind.
won't be staying up for that.
Oh, it's like
I'll definitely watch that one. I like the Royal Rumble, and there tends to be some surprises as well, doesn't it? So,
Yeah, who do you think's going to win?
I have no idea because I have no idea what's going on in wrestling at the moment. I don't know. Is there a common theory? Is it obvious like it has been in previous years or
No,
not?
I think it'll be maybe Finn Balor or Eric Rowan.
Are there any planned debuts or returns? You know, like when Batista came back and won it, and everybody just knew.
No, but I think
that was what was happening, so
Batista
they-
might be coming back though.
Who? Sorry.
Maybe Trump comes back.
But yeah, Trump will come back. He's in the Hall of Fame.
That's his plan. To save himself.
Yeah, I'll
Went
resign.
to the Rumble.
I'll resign the presidency, but I want that shot at WrestleMania.
He's gonna need to have a gated. Don't you have like a wall around?
Oh, that's the
Yeah,
cage
you do,
match.
yeah.
No, he'll need a cage match, but it'll have to be made of concrete.
He'll love it. He'll love a Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, as long as it's made out of
A
concrete
wall
though,
match.
not metal.
Brawl on a wall.
Brawl on a wall. Smelling. Thank you for the follow, even though you've got a terrible name. Bray Wyatt and The Rock are rumored. Dim
Rock's
says.
not allowed to wrestle, though. That's the thing.
Dim says the idea that Eric Rowan. No, he's from Norwich, isn't he? Let's be having you. The idea that Eric Rowan will win the Royal Rumble is a fucking joke. Well, you never know, Dim. You never know. The Wall of Jericho.
Never know,
against
Pat.
the Wall of Trump. I don't. I've heard Dim. I get my news off Reddit, and Reddit tends to be quite accurate.
Yes, what are they saying?
Balor or Rowan if he comes back.
What are they basing that on?
No idea. People in the know.
So it sounds like maybe there's no
I don't think the women's
there's
there is
no
though.
one coming back that needs to win it or anything. It's probably up in the air.
Probably either Charlotte Flair or the man.
Oh, that'll be the women's one as well, won't they? Yeah.
Yeah, the women's one's great. Especially seeing the women fighting, the NXT women fight. If those NXT UK women come to the Women's Royal Rumble. Oh, what's her name? Storm lady? Tony Storm. Have you seen her? Oh, who's the woman that was the champion? I don't want to say anything about what happened last night because the people watching it, but the name that was... thanks, Mellum. But the name of the NXT UK women's champion, that Australian, who's brutal.
Is that not Tony Storm? Or was that somebody else?
No, it's I don't want to say because the match people in the chat. Rhea Ripley. She is awesome to look at. I mean, she turns me, to be honest. She's gorgeous.
Is she?
Oh yeah. Go and type her in.
Let's have a look, should I?
She would break you in half, Jordan.
Split me like a coconut, you bitch. Sorry, go on.
He was talking to me, guys, so please don't get me banned. Yeah, Ripley's Believe It or Not. She's I've got like a China vibe from her, kind of, but an MMA cross with China.
What does that mean?
Not like China's in the country, but
Okay.
You know China, the ninth wonder of the world.
yeah, she's like Rhea Ripley. I'll post a picture of her in the chat for you.
I'll post a picture of her if you want.
No, don't. Wait a sec, where is it? How do I view image? Why can't you copy image address? Oh, here we go. There we are. This one. Oh, great. There we go. I'll post it. There we go. Try that second one. That's actually a link. There you go.
I thought nobody was in chat, but like it must be my chat's not working then because you've just posted a link and nothing's.
Yeah, no, his chat's going.
Oh, it's
It's not been
broken.
popular.
Oh, we've even got a Jordan quote now.
She
Maybe-
looks feisty.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Right, chat's working for me now, so careful what you say, guys. You know what I'm like.
You can talk about Blackpool. I don't care about spoilers. Okay, well, I think not everybody might. Anyway, but yeah, go and go watch it. It's brilliant, and she's.
Oh, yeah, she is good. Oh, actually, yeah, I saw a tweet about this lady,
Mhm.
and apparently there's a theory that Triple H only pushes people that look like him,
Yeah, I can see that.
and she kind of fits into that mold a little bit. And she had like the clothes that she had on. She had like a denim jacket on apparently, and maybe like a headband that said "It's my time" or something, which is one of his old catchphrases. So I thought that was quite funny.
I love that it's the NXT UK Women's Championship, and it was fought between a woman born in New Zealand and one born in Australia.
It's just like the US Championship and the
Yeah.
old European Championship. You know, it's wrestling it never made any. What does Intercontinental mean?
Hey, in BBW, Biggest Bennett's Wrestling, we've got an Intercontinental Championship.
Sure. What does it mean?
Rest of the world, because we've got a Norwegian
Rest of
champion.
the world.
We've got a Norwegian Championship. We've got a European Championship, even though Norway's in Europe. But we had to split them up. In fact, I've got too many Norwegians. I need to like that's a really
Are you actually separating into nationalities?
yeah. Norway, the
Brutal.
rest of Europe,
You
and
know
then
who
rest of the
did that?
world. Yeah. Do you know who else did that? Who else did that?
Don't know.
Garbler.
Or blow.
Is Tommaso? Anyway, yeah. So that's our wrestling
Yeah,
moment,
she's hot.
and she's really good at. She's
She's
great at wrestling.
built, isn't she?
Yeah,
Picture of her next to Triple H. She's fucking bigger than him now. Good for her.
yeah. Check out her and Tony Storm. It was a brilliant match, and yeah, they're both. Awesome.
feel sorry for Tony Storm. She another one of those. She had a naked pictures leaked. I don't know
Storm.
why it keeps happening to wrestling ladies. I'm not sure what's going on there, but
You don't
not
have to
ideal.
look at it though, Jordan.
Can't find it yet.
Please don't post it in chat, or you will be banned.
Yeah, I agree.
Send Jordan.
DM me.
Yeah, send Jordan a whisper. just put your name in the chat, Jordan. You can. People can click a whisper for you. There you
Feel free to send to me as well.
go.
Just saying.
Dirty bastards. So, next, should we go into the games? I don't think I've been banned yet. Let's go into the
What are you
game.
banned for? I'm getting banned on my watch.
Time to play the game. It's all about the game and how you play it. All about control. And if you can take it, it's all about your debt. And if you can pay it, it's all about pay. And who's gonna make it?
What games are you playing, you absolute bastards, you? Rob's winding dim up here. It's a video
It's
in
only
it.
a 15-second video, 2 mediocre picks apparently.
Oh, 15
I'll take it,
seconds.
though.
Jordan will be able to nut twice with 15
At
seconds.
least 3 hand shandies.
Games I've been playing. I've been playing some really modern games. I played this game called Undertale.
Right.
I'm enjoying it. I knew I'd like it, and I am liking it. It's fun. It's a good little game, and music's amazing. If music's great in a game, then yeah, I'm all over it. But it's kind of chilled, but it's not boring chilled, which I like. And the characters are pretty awesome in it. There's those little it's weird having a game that looks so simple but has loads of little hidden things in it and hidden.
Oh, there's so much. You
Yeah.
can never do it all in one run.
That's right.
That
Someone's
game
like,
is meta as fuck.
somebody's like, oh,
Yeah.
go to the wall. And there's an Easter egg in the wall. I was like, what? I was like, why would there be an Easter egg in that wall? It's just a random wall. And I just went up to the wall, and then something squeaked at me. I think it was.
And Toby Fox did it all by himself. He made the music, the game, the dialogue, everything. He made it all.
Really impressive.
Great.
And it plays really well on the Switch as well. Love that.
We're talking about Undertale.
Mhm.
That biggest surprise on the list you guys had.
Yeah. Oh, we
So
didn't.
weird. Deltarune wasn't even. Because that was an amazing surprise. He just twittered that, come on, guys, you do this survey. And people downloaded the survey. And it was the second game. That's the best surprise, if you ask me.
Is it like a full-on second game, or is it? I assume that it was some kind of that it's not as long as Undertale. Is it comparable to the first?
You
one?
can, yeah, it's like 2/3 or something.
That is pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And is it all weirdly meta like the first one as well?
Yeah, I haven't finished it actually, but I played like the beginning, and it seems like it is actually in the separate world. They say it is the same people. It's just another timeline.
I want to play that eventually. Is it? It's just on PC at the moment.
I think so.
Didn't they call it
It was like
episode
a
1
weird
or something?
stealth release. I'm sure it'll come out at some point, but
But no, didn't they call it episode 1?
I'm not sure.
I'm
Two
pretty
thirds.
sure that he won't release it because it was just it's a free game on PC. I don't think that he's gonna
People
release
love Undertale, don't they? So they're gonna want that. Like people who played it on Switch are gonna want to have that at some point, I would guess.
it. Yeah. You never know with Toby Fox. He's a
Yeah.
weird guy. It seems like I got enough money. I don't need anymore.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I just want to make games.
Wouldn't that be
awesome,
nice?
dude.
Just having a game that's out, so you're getting a really nice salary, and you can just afford to pay like to just live off and continue making games. That'd be
Yeah.
the dream. But yeah. So yeah, Undertale. I'm gonna be hopefully finishing that in a little bit. Next Friday, I'm gonna continue a bit more, and I don't know if I'll finish it then or maybe the Friday after, because it's my Switch 'em Up Friday game at the moment. Speaking of which, next Saturday, are we still doing that, Jordan? We're still
Oh, Metal Gear, yeah, of course. Yeah.
doing it. Metal Gear Saturday returns next Saturday. Metal Gear Solid
Gear
2
2.
with
Metal
me
Gear.
talking over all the cutscenes and Jordan spoiling everything, as some of the chat people in the comments said. I still get the odd
It's all
comment.
a
You
simulation.
can try to understand the story, Ben.
Yeah,
Just try.
I said get global warming with the polar bears.
Nailed the
Well-
first one. It is all about global warming. You're right. Yeah.
Oh no, I know it's all about.
But the story in the third one is the one most important.
Isn't that the first one? Isn't the third one the first one?
Chronologically, yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
Was it called Cock Muncher or something?
Snake eater.
That's the one. Yeah,
Snake eater.
same thing. Rob says, which version are you playing? 2.
Substance. No, PS3, Rob.
Yeah. No. Yes. Yes. HD.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Can't you get it on Xbox now? No.
Apparently,
You can,
Where
but
can I
it's
get the collection?
backwards compatible of the PS3 version. I think Ben's already got the PS3 version, or it was cheaper or something. But
yeah. It's
do you really want to be playing
£6.
Metal Gear on an Xbox? Like, is that how you want to live your life? Do you know what I mean?
Thing is, I currently
True.
don't have a controller for my Xbox, so it'll cost a lot more
ruined
if I
it?
want to. I burnt it.
Very nice.
Bit of a tangent. I've got a real issue with Microsoft at the moment and the quality of their controllers. I've gone through. What are you laughing at?
Because it burned his controller. I don't know.
I plugged it into the charger and then I smelled burning, and then yeah,
Just Xbox.
yeah, burnt my Xbox controller. Oh, but it's like
Well, this is probably part of my issue. So, like, I've gone through 3 controllers in the last like couple of
Yeah.
years, and 2 of them are elites. They're just fucking falling apart. Those Xbox controllers. I ordered a custom one for myself for Christmas, like all nice black and stuff. They let you do engraving on it, and I was gonna write PlayStation, on it. but I just thought, no, I'm not gonna do that. It'll be a nice like pure black one for my PC. Fucking got it. You know the button, like the actual Xbox button you used to power it on.
hmm
That's like dilapidated. Like if I press that in, sometimes it gets stuck under the surface of the controller. My
no.
my second Elite controller, the RB button just got fucked.
Yeah, R1 I call it.
Just well, yeah. And something else. So, like the this is all over Reddit with the Elite. So you know they've got like the rubber kind of material to them. It's not like hard plastic like the other controllers. They attach those with a tiny bit of glue. So once you've played for like however many hours on it, they just start coming off. This is like 150 quid fucking controller.
Because I just
And
got the.
they all just keep on disconnecting from my PC as well, constantly.
That's
Like,
weird because
they will not connect.
I've got the white Xbox controller, just like the normal one that came with the console, and it's totally fine. But yeah, well, it was fine until I burned it. But then I looked on the chat. I thought, oh no, I must have plugged it in because I've got a fast charger, and I was like, oh, I bet it's because I put it into the fast charger. I looked online, and everyone was like, no, it should be fine because someone's like, it burned my laptop. I burned my controller, and now I can't use it. And like, it's full of people going, oh, I use a fast charger on mine. It's always fine. You know, it should be fine. There shouldn't be any problem. So it just sounds like I don't know.
So what battery was it? The official Microsoft battery that was in there?
So you know, it wasn't. That might be the thing because I was using the well, there isn't a Microsoft battery because it comes with
They
plug-in.
do play and charge kit things. Don't
Oh
they?
yeah, no, it was the official plug-in. Yeah. So it's the official
Yeah.
one, but apparently no. And so I've got to get a new plug and play. I've got to get a new controller. And that's just to play on PC because I don't even touch my Xbox.
I actually had a problem as well. I had a keyboard and I connected my Xbox controller, and the coding in the controller messed up my keyboard. Yeah, it's true. I talked with Microsoft people. They had to fix my PC, and like, oh, did you connect your Xbox controller? Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
sometimes it's
You
it
think
overruns
with
the
it being
coding.
Microsoft, you know, like the kings of computing, pretty much there from the start,
Yeah.
and everything, that the amount of mess ups that they do. Oh well,
Yeah.
PlayStation's better. Although PC
My
was
friends tell me that like it's pretty decent to use a PS4 controller on PC now, which I've never really done.
Mm.
Have you tried that?
no,
I
because I've
tried
got
it. It never worked for me.
no. It was quite recent.
But it's
Oh,
been a
well,
while since I did it.
Yeah, it was about 6 months ago, I think. But I plug in I've got an Xbox PC controller that I plug in, and it's fine. I just like having it. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of playing more on my PS4 now rather than PC when it comes to games with controllers. Because I just feel like it's better to sit back and have a wireless computer, wireless controller. Speaking of quickly,
Yeah, you should be able to do that on PC, and that's what I try to do. But the Xbox controllers just keep letting me down.
See, I don't have Bluetooth as well, so I bought the adapter, the wireless adapter, the charge kit, and the Xbox controller. All that money, and then it went to waste with one burny smell. Oh,
Well,
it still smells of burning now. Oh, actually, where's the? I can't think of my. No, I don't think I binned it. I should do probably. Speaking of games that run really well though on PC, I just started, so I've not played more than an hour or two. A bit of Dying Light on PC. Jesus Christ!
nice.
Like, that game is good. I played it for a fair few hours on PS4, but I always got a bit sick or a bit of a headache because you're doing loads of free running. And it's 30 FPS, and it just I had to like look around a bit and kind of get my bearings all the time because I was just getting such like bad motion sickness from that. But then I started playing it on PC, and there's no frame limit cap, and I was getting 180, 170 FPS on there. It was so smooth. It was like butter.
Nice. I played a little bit over Christmas with Rob, and he's loving it at the moment. I think he's about to do the DLC, so might want to jump in with him.
Nice. Yeah, I've only just started. Mellum's got it as well, so I'm going to try and persuade Mellum to play some with me, maybe this week.
I like the gameplay. It's okay, but whenever somebody talks in that game, I want to vomit. I hate the dialogue, and I hate
It's very kind of
I get so
edgy and
angry when I
cool.
play it. Yeah, and it's so masculine and stupid.
Bit of toxic masculinity in there, especially that dude. I'm looking forward to actually playing it, and I know a few people that play it as well, so it's awesome that they're able to join in. It's great that it's all co-op.
Yeah.
Have they announced the sequel, or is it just an open secret that it's coming out?
No, it's announced. There's full-on gameplay trailers and stuff.
Oh, okay, that's not
Looks
that's
very
not
good.
the battle royale thing that they released. I love how scary it is at night.
There's
in
a
that game.
full-on Dying Light 2 that's coming out this year.
Freaking terrified of that of the night in that game. There's one where you have to stay out. Oh, hated that mission. In like a not in a hated it way, but in a it was fun but terrifying at the same time. When I finished that mission, I was so glad. Well, there's a game that me and you might be enjoying at the moment, Jordan.
What else is fun and terrifying, Ben?
Call of Duty. Mellum and I have been playing a bit of Call of Duty Black Ops 4 on the PlayStation. Although I haven't. Mellum, have you downloaded it now? We played some on PC, but we both got it on PlayStation as well.
It is just on.
Oh, it's fun. Although I cannot play that game on PC. The people that have been playing CS:GO since they were 6 years old just destroy me. I can't. There's one. I shot a dude. And I killed 2 people with one shot because I couldn't even see the second person. It's just, I can't be doing it. On PS4, it's much better.
3 rounds, and you have to... I played like 100 rounds, and I have 1 win. I had my first win in solo today.
Oh, Blackout. No, Blackout's that's the Battle Royale mode's just no for me at the moment. I enjoyed it on
You have
PS4.
to practice.
Did you see me playing it with Hilly earlier?
Yeah,
accidentally.
very nice.
I blew her up with a grenade, and then I thought
Accidentally, my ass.
I tried to throw a grenade while we were on a motorbike, and I blew the motorbike up and killed myself. So that was fun. It's fun. It's the best battle royale I think that's out for gameplay and polish. It doesn't feel like the houses are just copy pasted everywhere. Yeah, and there's a new Ring of Elysium map out on Wednesday. All right, go on then, Jordan. Tell us about Resident Evil 3, 2, 1.
Me too.
Go.
Oh, it's really good, isn't it?
It's really good. We've approached this from different
Fucking good.
angles, haven't we? Because you're a big fan of it, and I've never played it.
It's one of my favorite games of all time. It's probably like top 5 for me. It was doing that, that PS1 era where gaming got fucking serious for a lot of us. And Resi 2 is just etched into my brain, and I love it. And it's one of those games I play like once a year. So to get a remake of it is exciting enough, and then to actually the last few weeks, people have been taught, like game industry people that have already played it, saying, you know what, this seems like it's really coming together. It seems like it's really good. And then to get a demo of it and to play it and be like, fuck, you nailed it. This is really fucking good. It's exciting times, and it's out in like what, less than 2 weeks now.
25, 12
I
days.
played that demo about 5 times, and I'm gonna play it more. I'm worried that I'm kind of ruining the start of it for myself by just knowing that layout a little bit too much. But I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, I love it. It's obviously I'm someone who's only played Resident Evil 7 and a bit of, which was that one that we played? Was it 5, Mellum? That we got stuck in a room and we couldn't get out.
6, I think.
Was it 6?
Oh, 5 maybe.
5, yeah, the co-op.
Oh, I don't know. It could have been both. They're both co-op. I've always assumed you were playing 5, but
It might have been 5.
It might have been 5.
But yeah, we
I
got...
played that co-op with another friend like 4 years ago or something.
How big were the main character's arms?
Big.
That's 5.
Yeah, but like 7's the only one
it's
I've
really
played.
fun to play co-op through that game.
Yeah, we were just really tired. We were like 17 hours into a 24-hour
We
stream.
couldn't get through out of a room.
Yeah.
We're stuck in a room.
We were just like for about 20 minutes going, how do we get out of this room? No idea. Although telling Jordan when he was watching my playthrough of the Resident Evil 2 demo, it's getting frustrated. I
was just worried for you because obviously, as people will probably know, the demo is timed as soon as it kicks you right into it. You start off in the police station, this iconic scene with the awesome like bell music and stuff, and it looks amazing. And basically, you're supposed to stay there for a couple of minutes and then go through the first accessible door. And I was watching you, and you totally checked out that door, but you assumed that you couldn't get through it. And then it's quite a big open space, so like you were going upstairs and searching, and I'm like, oh no, it's a timer! What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
think I mentioned a couple of times.
Go back.
It's like a couple of times I was like, I'm going to be just stuck here for the entire 30 minutes.
I would have loved it, honestly. It would have been amazing if you finished the demo in the same room you started in.
Doing a early review of the room.
Yeah, just couldn't get out of the room the entire 30 minutes. Oh, never I got into it. And apparently I was really close to finishing the demo. I just need to move those bookcases.
Like, I think the people are speed running it now, and people have got it down to like 90 seconds or something to get through it. You know what people are like, but yeah. So I'm really interested. I know you said you like it. I don't know if you've played it yet.
I haven't.
Cool. So Ben, what do you think about it? Why do you like it? I guess
it's gonna sound weird coming from someone that only played Resident Evil 7. Like, as someone who's only played Resident Evil 7, I was playing it and going, "Oh, this is a Resident Evil game." Like, obviously this came way before, but like I'm getting so many flashbacks from playing Resident Evil 7. Kind of really well crafted levels. Like everything's linked. It's a building where you can pretty much go in every single room, but you can't get in every single room at the same time. So it's not like an open world, or maybe it kind of is later on, you know, when you've got access to all of the rooms. But yeah, like, okay, you have to go there and you have to get the key from there, and then you go over to the other side, and then yeah, it's very Resident Evil, especially the menus. Like I knew it was a Resident Evil game, but I just thought they were, I don't know, it never occurred to me that it would be very similar to, like, there would be so many, that there was a proper style to a Resident Evil game. So when I was getting the powder or something, or the herbs that I had to mix together, and then I think I went to an area and there was a missing fuse, and you'd probably had to find the fuse later on maybe to open it up. Yeah, it was just like, I'm getting flashbacks to Resident Evil 7, and which was great. I love that. I love Resident Evil 7. It's, for me, it's my, I would say it's my favorite horror game so far. Although this one, I expected it to be kind of just slow, chill, maybe slow, scary, and kind of simple because it was an old game. But then I saw the trailer at the end of it,
but it's not an old game though, is it? Like this isn't Shadow of the Colossus. They haven't just kind of tied this up. This is a new game. Like, as much like I think they've done a really good job of kind of making a game which, for someone like you that hasn't played the original, they could give you that game and I bet you would never think, oh, this is a remake of an older game. No. It totally feels like something new.
The only thing that feels old, like there's only one thing in the whole game that feels old, and that's when they block corridors with like just chairs and tables, and you can't really go into it. There's like a half a meter away from it that it like blocks you, and it's like, okay, that was like an old school trick, you know, when they would block off corridors with just random things that were barraged.
There's probably more of that in this one than the old one, ironically, just because of just because of the breadth and fidelity of the kind of level design in this
But
one. They
the weird
kind of
thing-
probably have to block
Yeah.
more things off, whereas on the PS1, you know, your level designs are fairly straightforward.
But the weird thing is, it makes sense because obviously they were fighting. There was a point when they were fighting these
Yeah,
zombies, so there were
barricades and
barricades.
stuff,
yeah, so it makes sense that it's there. It just it felt a bit. It's not even a negative thing. It just I was like, okay, yeah, this does. I'm getting kind of visions that I'm playing an old game that was totally remade, but it does. It feels so weighty. And I was telling you, I was like, it's like this doesn't feel like 30 frames per second. This is so buttery smooth. And I don't know if you saw when I was playing through it, I was just doing just spinning around with the camera, going, there's no blur whatsoever. And then we checked out, and on the Pro, it's 60 FPS.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
Give me games in 60 FPS, please.
It's above 30 on all of the consoles, but on the X and on the Pro, they pretty much nail 60, and then obviously on PC the max is 60, but you know you can up the fidelity a little bit, and it runs a really solid 60. Probably never dips if you.
I'm really glad I've got it on
the
PS4 though.
For it. Yeah, I'm in two minds. I've got it pre-ordered on the PC at the moment. I've checked it out on PC for the first time today. I played it initially on the PS4. I'm tempted to cancel my PC pre-order and just get it on PlayStation, and for no other reason than it just feels right to play it on PlayStation, which I know is a bit of a stupid thing to say. But
get that
like,
platinum.
No, I don't give a shit about the platinum. But it's just such for me. It's something I really identify heavily with PlayStation. And also just the shit that comes with PC gaming. For one, Steam probably isn't going to release it straight away. They're going to wait until 4 o'clock like they always do to release it in the UK, which is just so annoying. And even like, you know, it was cool kind of messing around with the graphical settings and getting the game looking really good today. But like in the process of doing that, the game crashed like twice because you're toying around with the settings and stuff. And I put on, like, I have no idea what the difference between DirectX 11 and DirectX 12 is supposed to be, but there was an option and like it's a higher number, so I'm going to do it. And I put it on 12, and it did not like that at all. It started running really badly. But on DirectX 11, I can run it at full on 4K, like full settings at a really decent frame rate. I'm probably just going to lower it down to 1440 just to get a definite locked 60 frame rate. But like I said, potentially, I don't know, I'll see how I feel this week. I might just refund it on Steam and get it on PlayStation, so I know that come 12 o'clock on that Thursday I can just go and play it.
I'm going to be doing a stream just before I go to bed, 1 a.m. my time. I'm going to be playing Resident Evil 2. That'll be fun to go to bed. I jumped a couple of times in that game. That was it was very graphic.
So the guys on all the PC nerds have like ripped apart the exe file.
Of course they are.
And they've just like they've basically just worked out everything that's in the game. They know all the map names, names of like characters that have speaking parts, all this kind of stuff, which isn't really a big deal because as much
of a
as
game that's already been out.
The gameplay is very different, but the story it seems like it's going to be fairly, fairly similar to the original. So there's no surprises, but it was interesting for me to kind of look through all that and see, they're going to follow the same route as the other game. There's some new places, but we already knew of that. There's an orphanage that they've added.
Oh wow! So there's new stuff. I thought it was all just like for like, really.
No. And this is the misconception. I'm hearing this a lot, like on like podcasts and stuff, where people are kind of talking about this game, like I said, in the same vein as last year's Shadow of the Colossus. This is a totally different thing. Like this game is different to me. I've played original Resident Evil, I don't know, a dozen times to completion. This is a totally different game. It's a different script. It's a different layout. They do a really good job of, if you've played the previous game and you like the previous game, they do a really good job of playing with your perception. So that the police station is very vaguely set out the same way as the original, but it's very, very different as well. Everything's in different places. But then again, now and again, you'll walk around a corner and you'll be like, oh shit, that's that room, or that's that window where something's supposed to happen. And typically, if something happened at a particular window, it's not going to happen in this one because they know that you know. Like there's like an iconic
really
scene
good.
in the original. You know, in the demo where you see something just crawl past the window.
Yes, vaguely.
Yeah, so that happens a lot earlier on in the original Resi 2, and they've made sure. The second door that you go through, so once you meet the guy and then he gives you the knife and then you knife that board and you go into that second room, yeah?
Yeah.
So that room is pretty much picture perfect to what it was in the original, whereas a lot of the other rooms aren't.
Mm.
So it's straight away it sets you up for, you know, that if you go around a corner, there's a window where that scene happens, where something crawls past the window. And the window's there, and they just don't do it. They just don't do it at all. Then you carry on. And it's only later on in that demo that you actually see that scene, but in a totally different place. So they like, you can tell, and this is why I'm so excited about this game. You can tell that the people who are making it know that game inside out, and they love that game, and they understand why people still talk about that game, why people still love that game so much, and why that game's so important.
Rob in
but
the
they're
chat.
not just-
Rob says that window had me on edge. I think he was waiting. He was waiting for it.
Yeah, I don't think you can meet that creature in the demo. Like, I've gone through that demo a few times now. I'm guessing it's slightly later on, but those things are horrible. But yeah, this is a remake. It is Resident Evil 2, but it's a reimagining. There's like it doesn't play in, like, obviously the mechanics completely different anyway. It's over the shoulder combat, whereas the first one was really dodgy tank controls, and basically no aiming. You could aim up and down and straight ahead.
Jim Sterling said, like, a lot of people, there used to be the misconception that games in the past were scary because the controls were so bad, and it's like, well, no, because look, this is just as scary with perfect controls, like with really good controls. So
it's a balance. Like Resident Evil and Silent Hill always did always they had those tank controls and like limited camera point of views.
Claustrophobic with those controls, I guess.
Yeah, it kind of built attention, especially Silent Hill. Like Silent Hill, you're not supposed to be a cop or anything like that. You're a normal guy, and you know, it's partly because of the limitations they were working with, that the combat wasn't great, but also at the same time, it kind of worked with the themes they were setting out. And it was kind of the same in Resident Evil, but those guys obviously should be a little bit better in combat. They're supposed to be mercenaries and stuff. But this game, and I tweeted about this, like, this game captures the tension of Resident Evil, but it doesn't need to have the shitty controls to make you even more tense. It's like, you've got all the tools that you need to try and take down those monsters, and I've got to assume that game is going to get really intense, like, later on. I think the scenes in the demo, when you get past how fucking horrible those zombies look, as soon as you kind of get to grips with the shooting, it's pretty easy. But they're going to throw in different types of monsters. You know, there's certain points in Resident Evil 2 where there's loads of zombies in certain places, stuff like that. There's loads of bosses, so I think it'll be fairly challenging. But having such good tight controls, that's rewarding, as opposed to I died because the camera angle was wrong, or I couldn't get a shot off on the monster because the aiming was shit.
Guess how many people have completed the demo? So not just played 30 minutes, but actually got to the end of the demo.
What, across all platforms?
So if they've downloaded it, how many people do you think have actually played through it so they actually finished the demo?
I assume this is the only people that signed up to the Resident Evil Net thing at the start, is
Yeah.
Is that where the stats are coming from? So
That's
I'll probably lower it a bit. You said across all platforms?
Yeah, if they signed into it, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. A million?
Oh, I know,
Am I wrong?
a percentage of everyone that...
Oh, right, okay. Like a percent of people that played it versus...
So, yeah, people
okay.
that downloaded it and started it when you registered that thing of actually completing it.
I don't know, probably quite low, because the first attempt. You're either going to be like me...
Because
what did you...
I would say, like, before I looked at the thing, I would say like 5%, 6% maybe.
Oh, no, I'd say higher than that.
Yeah. Go on, give me a number.
19%, I'll go with. But what I was going to say, like, I think it'll be fairly low, because it's either people like me who are really looking forward to seeing the game, and like, I knew I was going to have other opportunities to play the game anyway. But like the first playthrough, I didn't rush. Like, I wanted to take a good look at the environments and like play it, you know, in a cinematic way, and take it slowly, and you know, whatever else.
The correct number
runs that clock.
Correct number is actually surprisingly 29%. I thought it was really high.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
But somebody said, like, that's what happens when you make a demo with more than 30 minutes of content, but then they expect them to rush around. And someone was like, you can literally complete the demo in 3 minutes, 30 seconds without doing anything special. It's like, yeah, but that's not how Resident Evil's play. Resident Evil, somebody else replies, like, yeah, but that's not how you play Resident Evil. It's all about exploration and just going slowly and kind of just exploring the place. Because those levels are done really well.
wonder what their thought was with just giving people 30 minutes to do it, because obviously the demo has an end point, so it's not as if they were worried about people exploring too much or whatever.
Yeah, I wonder. Maybe they'd hack
they would
through
just
walls or something and get into an area they shouldn't be, or what? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Or
Maybe
just
they're adding a time limit to the game.
So it made me enjoy, like, because then you're guaranteed. Yeah, it's weird that they would have an end to it, but then also have 30 minutes. I mean, it got me to buy it. I bought the deluxe edition because it came with the original audio or something.
Yeah, I think it's worked really well for them, because it's become a talking point, like the one shot demo and stuff. You know, it's probably got a bit more exposure than it would have anyway. But I wonder what the logic is. Was it just to try and drive tension? Was it they didn't want an oversaturation of people, you know, replaying it, getting bored of it, or, you know, recording too many videos and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
I'm not really sure.
Because then 30 minutes is a perfect YouTube video. That's what I put up, and I got quite a few hits. Yeah, did you see how many views I had?
No.
I don't know my look of views and stuff, but I started the stream, like, 7 or 8 people were watching from the beginning. Within about 10 minutes of me playing it, had 55 people. But they were asking me loads of Resident Evil. I needed you in that chat, because they were asking me loads of questions about Resident Evil 2, and I was like,
I would have loved to have been there for that.
No idea.
Right in my element. It's some really nerdy conversations this week.
Yeah.
Like super nerdy shit.
They were
talking to people Resident Evil stuff.
Oh, they were asking stuff like that, and I was like, I don't know. But a few people were. In fact, a lot of people were the same as me. There were some like that, but a lot of people were saying like it's their first one. Mostly the question was like, how do I download it? It's not available in the US store, because I was playing it at 10 a.m. and it hadn't been released in the US at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
such a weird series, because like it's got so much history, but then there's so much shit in that series as well.
Also,
you know,
can I say as well, because the 30-minute demo, I bet somebody in the chat, in the Reddit post about how 39% of people had finished it, they said like, oh, that's not how you play Resident Evil. But it's like, well, buy the game and play it how you play Resident Evil then. It's just 30 minutes to get a taster, just see what it's like. And then, if you're playing it, if they'd had like an unlimited demo, you could have gone around, you could have inspected everything, and you might have gone, yeah, okay, that's enough for me. You know, it's all right. I might not buy it. But with 30 minutes, you're like, oh, you're kind of craving for more a bit. Which I was. That's why I downloaded it. I don't normally like horror games, but if they've got a really good story and they're interesting, and they're not just there for cheap jump scares, then yeah, I'm up for it.
This one has an awesome story, and on that point, so the original came on 2 discs, one for Leon, one for Claire.
Yeah. And
there's, depending on which disc you put in first, you would start as that character, obviously. But there's 2 different scenarios, scenario A, scenario B. So if you put Leon's disc in, you'll play through Leon scenario A. You get to, that's basically a full game. Like, if it doesn't, you know, it totally feels like you're getting through a full experience, and you defeat a final boss and all this kind of stuff. When the credits roll, it then tells you to put the next disc in, Claire's disc. You put that in, and you start her scenario. And you'll see it with this one. I'm assuming they'll do the same thing. But basically, they meet each other outside of Raccoon City. Leon's getting to Raccoon City for his first day as a police officer. Claire's going there to meet her brother, who's Chris Redfield from the first game. And they just kind of bump into each other just outside of town. They encounter zombies, like, what the fuck's going on, and end up traveling together into town. And then there's a big crash, like, you know, zombie havoc's going on, and they end up on opposite sides of like a burning truck. So for the second scenario, you just start on the other end of that truck and have a whole different like path through the police station and through that story with different characters and stuff. And when you finish that B scenario, you then swap the discs again and you play with the other character through the scenario that they haven't played through yet. So you basically play that game 4 times before you actually finish it. They're not going to that extreme with the remake, but there is 2 separate campaigns. There's one for Leon and one for Claire, who's I don't know if you would have seen it if you didn't get to the end, but if you get to the end of the demo, you know Marvin calls you to say come back, and he to show you something.
Okay, yeah.
So he's basically showing you that Claire is near the police station, basically. Okay. So that's the other. So there's actually 2 campaigns to this game as well. And I think you get to choose who you play as from the start. You can play as Leon or you can play as Claire, which the demo doesn't really give a sense of.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it and just really getting into the story, because it seems really good. Oh, well, like I've spoken to Melon a bit off stream and stuff, but What's your view on Resident Evil 2?
I haven't seen like anything. It looks cool. I
You
don't
played
know.
the original.
I never did. I played number 4 and 5.
Mm.
I'm really curious about this one though.
Yeah.
I kind of want to go fresh into it.
Yeah. Do you think you'd like it? Because it's scarier than Dying Light.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like it, but I'm gonna sit with my pillow and little teddy bear, I think.
It's got the
A
same kind of
safety-
shooting. as
Safety
4.
blanket.
So if you enjoyed the shooting in 4 and 5, you're gonna like this. It's even better actually because you're not when you're aiming, you're not stuck in one spot. You can move as you aim.
Is it the same like bag? You have to fix all your equipment and stuff in the bags, just like
Uh,
in Tetris, like in
No, it hasn't
4?
got that. Unfortunately, it's got the Resident Evil 7 inventory, which is a bit of a shame.
Okay.
Yeah, so it hasn't got that.
Oh, okay,
But the same
Alright.
deal, upgrade your weapons and all that kind of stuff.
that's cool.
All right. Yeah. So your did you get the one that was deluxe, the deluxe edition?
Yeah, and for the same reason as you for that soundtrack. I think that's the one. It's the one thing I'm a little bit cold on from playing the demo. The sound was so important to the original, and I think to a lot of PS1 era games, especially like the JRPGs, where you haven't got voice acting, the sound tended to, the score tended to kind of fill the space for that. And there's just these, from Final Fantasy 7, 8. There's just these soundtracks that are burnt into people's minds because you just spent 100 hours with them just playing in a loop, but they're also really good melodies. And Resident Evil 2's got a real good soundtrack, some really like iconic and just really tense music. Like there's a when you enter that police station for the first time, there's this just really it's like bells that play and like piano. There's lots of like piano licks and stuff in Resident Evil 2. And this one, like a lot of the music was really subdued. And if you listen really hard to it, you can hear the music from the original, and they've kind of remixed it. I'm sure it'll work. I'm sure it'll be good, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna kind of match the original, unfortunately. But obviously, with buying the deluxe, and I'm sure you could buy it separately as well, you can swap out for the original music. So it'll be interesting to see how well that stuff works alongside the kind of new visuals and the way the new game is set up. Obviously, it's a bit more of a dynamic experience. With I'm guessing there's going to be a lot more like surprise encounters and stuff, which will need to change. The music will need to change in line with that. I think my plan is just to play it vanilla on the first playthrough, and then for the second playthrough, swap to the. I think you can swap in game anyway, so I'll play with it, but I'll do a second playthrough with the classic music.
Nice. Well, that's Resident Evil 2. I'm sure in a couple of weeks we'll have a really good chat about what it's like.
I'm just gonna finish it over the weekend. It's my girlfriend's birthday weekend, so I'm sure she'll be doing something, so I can just play that.
She won't want to see you. Give her a present. Yeah, buy her something
It's
nice.
funny. I hope she's not listening. She's not here today. She might be, but we were obviously away, and she was like, oh, so her birthday's on the 26th, and the game's out on the 25th. She was like, oh, she's like, oh, so obviously I'm going out on the Saturday with the girls. I thought it'd be nice if you booked off the Friday.
And it was
so
like,
we
oh, I've
could do
already
something
booked
on
it
the
off.
Friday. And I was like, I turned around and I was like, already got it booked off, babe. Didn't explain, got it booked off from Resident Evil 2.
So
So
romantic.
she was like, oh, you've already booked it. I was like, yeah, babe.
Uh,
I'm going to Raccoon
Oh,
City,
amazing.
darling.
We're going to Raccoons. Did you actually? Yeah. So she's planning on a whole day off.
To be honest, like I said, the Steam version. What's the deal, right? What's the likelihood that Steam version is going to unlock at midnight for me?
0.
Fuck's sake! What is that about? That's so annoying. So
Yeah.
if I end up sticking with the Steam version, I might just say let's go out in the day and just waste my day with her until like the game unlocks.
Waste your day with your wife.
Oh, you're happily married, I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or John, you could play it at midnight when it unlocks. Play it for quite a few hours. Spend the rest of the day, like the following day, in bed. A little bit of happy time. Then once she's tired out, go back to Raccoon City.
I can't promise I'd tire it out, to be honest. But
Two-
but that's
2
assuming
minute
I play on
driving.
PlayStation, isn't it? That's the thing.
Mm.
And like
Yeah.
I said, but, the PC version isn't unlocking until 4
I'm gonna
o'clock for some
play. I'm
reason.
gonna play it at midnight, and I'm gonna spoil the ending for you.
Yeah, good luck.
They all die.
Yeah, I actually, when we were talking about Metal Gear Solid 2 earlier, I don't think anybody heard me, and the chat certainly didn't react. And I don't think you two heard it, but in about 5 words, I spoilt the entire story of Metal Gear
You
Solid
did?
2. But I don't think anybody
didn't
picked up
hear
on
it.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, Jim
Yeah.
Sterling spoiled a character that died in Resident Evil 2. He's like, well, it's a really old game. You know, you should know.
Oh, look, everybody dies.
I know
Not
those
everybody,
games.
but,
I've
you
seen
know,
it.
yeah.
Main dude,
A
maybe
lot,
not.
a lot of people die in that game. It's a zombie game, you know.
Yeah. Last game I've played as well, Beat Saber. That is pretty awesome. Played it drunk the other night. Did well. Yeah, Beat Saber's brilliant. I just want them to release more songs. Hopefully they'll get some contracts and be able to release music that I recognize or just like a different genres. Somebody said that in January they're going to be releasing the DLC. That'll be interesting. I'd love them to do it like they do, like they did Guitar Hero or whatever it was, Rock Band, where you can kind of buy sets or you can buy songs individually. I'll be fine with that and just pick and choose what I want. But yeah, that game feels so good. It's those type of games that are perfect for VR. You know, the kind of psychedelic puts you in. It's not going for photorealism. It's going for you just experiencing an amazing game. And I've got a friend who's got PSVR, and he came over, and there were loads of games that he'd not played. So I introduced him to Res Infinite and Thumper. He absolutely loved it. Yeah, he's gonna go and buy that as soon as he gets home. Yeah, that's for me. That's what. He's also a huge fan of Tetris Effect. You know, those type of things, and Beat Saber he loved. So yeah, that's for me. That's what VR Generation 1's all about. It's all about kind of psychedelic, get you just put you in an area where you wouldn't expect to be and take you out of your mind. Yeah.
Just do drugs, Ben.
Yeah, I should do that. No, never.
Yeah.
Don't do drugs, people.
Don't do drugs.
Well, you can do drugs if you want. It's none
If
of
it's
our
legal
business.
where you are, you can.
If it's illegal, it's still none of our business. I would argue, but
All right. Before I get banned, Melon, what games have you
why are you
been
talking
playing?
about getting banned? You're not going to get banned, Ben. I wouldn't let you get banned. Don't worry about it.
Got more than 10 viewers nowadays.
This week I actually
Oh,
played
yeah.
a couple of games. I haven't finished it, but I'm really enjoying it. Child of Light,
Oh,
and
Oh,
it's just
nice.
yeah, and it's just so beautiful. I love it, and the music is spot on, and I really like how the dialogue is really, it's so much humor in it. It's really funny.
You
and
find the
really
rhymes
well-
annoying though, like just the endless rhymes.
Yeah,
That's
but-
what killed me a little bit.
Yeah, but after a while, you meet after 20 minutes or so, you meet another character, and his thing is to ruin the rhymes.
that's great. So is he
Yeah,
meant
that
to
did
be
make it a bit better,
is he
you're
meant
right.
to be a villain, but he's actually like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, it's really, now I'm really enjoying it. And
What's an
also
old
I
man from
played,
Kentucky?
uh,
Oh, just you know what ruined Child of Light for me? Played it on the Vita. Like, oh my God, I
Oh,
can play
wow.
that. Yeah, that's how.
don't play anything on Vita.
I think that was the last game I played on the Vita. I'm one of the first, but no, actually the last game I finished. No, I played the Uncharted game on Vita. That was the one I enjoyed. But Child of Light was it was pretty.
Yeah.
I remember that.
The story is really diffused for me right now, but I hope I'll enjoy it by the end.
Just in the chat, very quickly, Don Beaglers is just starting Celeste,
Never heard of it.
Ooh.
game of the year.
I heard it's a shit game.
Have you
Third
listened
best,
to the Beastcast this week yet, Ben?
third best game of the year. Yes, with Lena, the
Yeah,
music
so the
lady.
two- Were they both involved? Was her partner involved in it as well? Or
It
No.
was it's just her, but then the remixers apparently it was her friends that remixed it. But I freaking love the Beastcast this week. We had the woman who did all the music from Celeste, and the other guy went on like a 30-minute chat about how great Destiny 2 was. So I was like, this is brilliant. No,
The
no
guy who's a
reply.
girl, wasn't it?
No, the other dude. Oh yeah, no, but no, Lena is a girl. But the other
They're
person
both Erica, the other lady is.
was that.
I think they're partners. Yeah.
Oh,
It doesn't matter. It
they
doesn't matter.
they can be whatever they want to be, but
Well, yeah.
they
Be a
spoke a lot.
lady.
They spoke a lot about because no, Lena is trans, but I knew that, but
I'm pretty sure the other person there was her trans partner.
ah, interesting. I didn't know that, but they were really
That's
interesting on there. I
Yeah.
thought that was great, and especially the 30 minutes of how great Destiny was. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that because, like, I went into that with certain assumptions about the types of games they would play,
Yeah,
and then they're like, "What have you played?" And they're like, "Just Destiny." So, okay,
yeah,
just doing the grind, man.
yeah. I'm still
Okay.
grinding. Yeah.
I thought it'd be some shitty, like, some shitty indie game I'd never heard of about
Mobile. Well, there was that mobile
refugees or
game.
something.
There was that mobile game, wasn't there, that one of them had played? It sounds quite interesting.
Yeah.
Don Bigler says, "Have you gushed over the Destiny news?" No, we're coming up to that, as well as
Oh, yeah.
the Celeste news
Spoilers.
as well. The Celeste news. Yeah, sorry.
Celeste news.
Yeah, they're bringing. Well, we'll talk about
Oh,
that in a
the
second.
news shit, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mellum, I watched
Yeah.
Mellum playing a really interesting game, and he's suggested that I should get it. What was that one again?
Dust and Elysium Tale. It's like a hack and slash Castlevania-ish game.
It's
But
a
with
fairy game. Don't do
Cartoon,
that.
isn't it?
Oh, I love it.
Fairies.
And the
Well, no
story
fairies.
is. Shut up!
So homophobic.
Go on.
isn't he?
What's the story? What's the story?
No, I'm not gonna spoil the story, but like it's all about like the question, because in all of these games we like kill all the monsters and stuff, and this like questions who is actually the bad one and why is the monsters like they are, and are we the bad ones or are they the bad ones? We are just killed hundreds of their children. It's a fairy game.
When I watched you play it, I was like, this didn't seem to me like the type of game you would like. I don't know, just
Well,
because it
it's
seemed
not
like kind of.
very.
Oh, it was a bit hentai, so I thought you'd like that, but it was a bit.
It is the hentai part I love.
But it looks-
And I really
Yeah.
love that is actually voice acting, and it's okay. It's not superb. It's okay.
oh, well, as long as you're enjoying it. It's on the Switch. Are you playing it on the Switch?
It's on all the consoles and PC. I play it on PC now. I have it on PlayStation.
The art style reminded me a little bit of.
100% did it on PlayStation back in the days. When
I
it
can't
came
rem-
out.
Yeah, isn't it an old game? I remember googling it. I think
I'm
it's
not sure.
quite old.
2013, 12,
Yeah.
13 maybe.
That's old, that is. I remember. Yeah, it reminded me a bit of that. What's that? Battle Chef Brigade. That kind of art style. And kind of. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I think you might like
It
that.
has like thick outlines, just like anime and stuff.
Mm.
So I guess that's.
So Bigler
Yeah.
said he enjoyed Dust, not the furry bit. Oh, is it a furry game? Is it for furries?
Yeah.
It is for furries
Oh. Oh.
and me.
Yeah.
It's a really good game. I recommend it. Don't listen to.
I don't.
Have you played it, Jordan?
It was on PS Plus years ago.
Really?
Didn't like it.
Have you finished it?
No.
No.
Started playing proper games instead.
It's like okay.
Like having
That's good.
Andre here.
No, I've heard that people like it.
Is it one of
Don't
those
know why.
kind of niche games?
I don't think so actually. I think you just have to like. If you don't like the gameplay, because it's all about like the hack and slash and the big combos and everything,
Mm.
and it's really easy. It's not hard at all, but you have to like get into the gameplay. It's like when you're fighting, it's just like you're flying around and you can go everywhere. And when you're just moving normally, you can just. It's just like a Castlevania game. Nothing special, but the combat is really superb.
I love a game with good combat. That's what sold me for Shadow
Yeah.
of Mordor. Mega Petros, he gushed. Hey Hilly, gushed. He gushed over it. I think he remembers playing it. All right, you playing any more games, Melom?
No, other than that, I'm just been grinding Black Ops.
Oh yeah.
Since I got
So-
so bored of Ring of Elysium now, since it's freaking slow and it's only 60-person per match, so it's you meet like 5 persons in one match.
Yeah,
and
Black
you
Ops
get
is
so
really
bored
fast.
of it.
Black Ops is really fast.
Yeah,
to
it's
connect
so
to.
fast and a lot of combat. It's
Yeah, we-
really difficult, but you just have to grind it.
Yeah, should keep improving. And on PS4, it felt a little bit better. I was actually getting hits in before instantly dying, so it was all right.
There's so many gadgets and so many
Yeah.
different weapons. It's like
Yeah,
yeah,
you
you can
you-
play it in so many ways.
Oh yeah, there must be like millions of combinations of like gadgets and weapons and stuff.
I'm really curious how it will be with the inventory with PlayStation.
About how it feels.
Because you have to go, because you have to go in and out a lot during combat to do it well.
Yeah, it was weird when I was playing it because I'd been playing it PC this morning and then this afternoon I played it on PS4. But I'm pretty bad at it. I mean, on PC I started off with like a 0.17 or something, really bad kill death ratio. By the end of it, I was doing average. I was like getting about 1, which is good for me. But I was getting like the same results playing on PS4, but I felt like I was doing better. I felt like I was enjoying it a lot more. On PS4, I just felt really kind of, I was getting close. When you're shooting people, you feel like you're a lot closer to killing them if they're not. It's not just kind of sniped out of nowhere, which I quite like. But it was, yeah. There's no way of me fighting against people who've been playing since like they were 4 years old on PC. And someone quite new to PC, definitely PC shooters. But on PS4, it runs really well, 60 FPS.
Actually, I also I played through Shadow of the Colossus again.
Oh, good. We're going to talk about good games now. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Fucking Call of Duty, you sad twats. Right, what's that with Shadow of the Colossus then?
No, it's still the best game. It is number 1 for me, 2018. Clearly.
Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah. And I did it in 3 hours, so it was actually a record for me.
Christ,
It's
what's a
really
good speed run for Shadow of the Colossus? Because it's got a decent speed run community now, isn't it?
It must be under an hour, like I don't know, maybe 40 minutes.
I'd love to watch that.
Yeah.
Don't read the
You
chat,
can
by the
do
way.
like the last boss. You can do it in 3 minutes. I've seen some people do the last boss.
I can't.
I did it in 15, I think. I had the slowest run I had was I used 40 minutes on the last boss. Just failing at the end.
Yeah, I did it in.
Yeah, it's that jump, isn't it?
Yeah.
The jump from the hand to his
Yeah.
beard.
I feel like I was missing
Yeah,
something.
but you can actually do a jump from, when he grabs you on his back.
Yeah.
You can actually go to jump from there to the head.
Yeah, because it's all the weird physics stuff in that game. Like the speedrunners must take advantage of that.
Yeah. And it's really annoys me because a lot of people come in and they say, "Oh, the controls are so junky and the gameplay are so wobbly." It really isn't. It's just it's really demanding gameplay. You have to really master it. The second you start to master it all, like we talked about this last year, Jordan. I told you that you could actually move your controller in the direction the monster is moving, and you won't get thrown around.
Yeah.
And you didn't even know. I
didn't even know that until now. You've just said it.
After many hours in game. Yeah, exactly. So it's like you just have to master it, and it's not wonky at all. It's really spot on, but you just have to master it, and it takes so much time, and it's a hard game, but it's really good.
Yeah,
I wonder if they could, and this is not be controversial, but I wonder if they could have done something cool with the motion sensor in the pad around that kind of balance and stuff. Even if it was just optional, I reckon that could have been decent.
Yeah,
I
but
love.
it's like but they go for like a minimalistic HUD, and like they don't give you any information, so it would for me it would ruin it.
When I was going through my top 10 games of the year, I went and played an hour of Shadow of the Colossus, and I killed 4. I think it was 4. It was the last one I killed was the one where you have to kind of go in the Teletubby house and jump out the other side and kill them in the little burrow area. But that was But yeah, it reminded me just how much fun that is. But yeah, that camera though, it's so weird. Like I think the reason why it doesn't bug me much, that camera. There's just in one point that it does. So when you come out of the shrine area, and then you turn right, and you're meant to go across towards the desert area, for some reason they love to put the camera pretty much on the ground. And there are two ways. You can either go across the bridge, or you can go left and go down towards like the bottom of the canyon. And you've no idea which way you're going because the camera's like pretty much like on ground level. So I'm always fighting the camera, trying to get it up so I can make sure that I'm going along the right path. But I think that's the reason
It helps to turn up the sensitivity.
Yeah, maybe it was something. Yeah, I could have probably helped it like that. That's because it kind of reminded me, and it was. I think it was just that. That's just the only point. If they'd have put the camera up at that point, maybe you'd have. I wouldn't have even cared that much, because there were very few other times that it really bothered me. Oh, poor Alexander Fro in the chat's getting multiple timeouts.
Just keeps pushing it.
He's a push. He plays well. The thing is, though, he keeps ranting and rambling on about Kingdom Come, but he also has been playing a lot of Divinity Original Sin 2. He's still playing that old game.
So he knows what good games look like then.
Yeah, and for some reason goes on about.
But he still goes on about the other one.
Kingdom Come.
Potato Simulator.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a good game, but Kingdom Come. Oh, you know what they'll want? They'll want a third-person camera view in this immersive. I don't know. Was it Racism Simulator? Isn't it?
Oh, come on now.
All right.
It's okay to be white.
Mellum, have you? No, it's not. Mellum, have you played any other games?
No, I don't.
What about you then,
I
Jordan?
haven't.
So Jordan has been playing a game called Parasitic Eve. Poor Eve.
Parasite Eve 1 and 2. I've
going
talked
for
about this
quick
on the
peek.
podcast before, and I've literally played nothing else other than my usual Rocket League, Smash. Obviously, just play that like a couple of rounds a day. The Resident Evil demo, but then I've been toying around with my PS1 emulator and playing a bit of Parasite Eve 1 and 2, which I've talked on this show probably a long time ago. Really weird games. Do you know much about these, Mellum? I don't think it came to Europe, so you might not.
I haven't actually played them.
Do you know much about them?
No.
Really odd. Like, so they come from Square, so it's kind of Square during the era of, like, you know, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8, and there's some real, especially with the first one, some real similarities there. Like the music is quite similar to those classic Final Fantasies. The graphical style is quite similar. And for the first game, it kind of plays out in a kind of similar way as well. It's it's like an action RPG, really stat based and stuff, but set in New York, which obviously isn't like Final Fantasy. And you play as a New York detective. Starts off, she's going to see the opera, and halfway through, it's a really cool scene actually. It's like proper 90s Square CGI. And the opera singer's singing, and suddenly everybody starts bursting into flames. Like the performers catch on fire, and people in the crowd are catching on fire. And it turns out basically there's like some kind of psychokinetic monsters and stuff going on. And the second one then kind of pivots to a more survival horror type gameplay, but the same character and the same stories. So there's really interesting games. They didn't come to Europe, so I kind of knew about them, but didn't obviously get a chance to play them back in the day. And it's always something that I try to go back to and try to get through, because I think I'd really like them. But, you know, with it being on PS1 and emulation, all that kind of stuff, it can be a little bit clumsy, and it can get a little bit much. But I'm gonna try my best to get through them. The second one's on Vita in Europe. The first one's not. I think the first one's on Vita in the US maybe. But yeah, that's it really. That's all I played: Rocket League, Smash, Parasite Eve, and Resident
Weird
Evil.
question: does it have anything to do with the anime?
Anime?
Yeah, there is an anime called Parasite.
No, it's based on some Japanese novels, but I don't think they're illustrated. So no, I don't think no. Parasite Eve is I'm assuming a separate entity to that.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for that. Sounds really interesting.
Yeah, if you're a nerd.
Yeah, I went for a Wii, so I'll listen back to the podcast. I was like, oh, Jordan's talking about a game. Well, it's perfect time for a
Jordan's
pee
on my
break.
At least he
PlayStation
doesn't
1
call
games,
my
yeah,
games.
no.
At least he doesn't call my games shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds, I like the sound of
I
Melon.
didn't say it was shit. I said it's a furry game. If you're implying that shit, that's up to you. But that's
think-
furry phobic.
You saying fairy or furry?
Fair.
Furry.
Furries in like hairy things.
Shagging Sonic.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying fairy. We used to talk
gonna
like dumb
think
Jones and I
fairies.
was like, a furry. Nah. That's all I can hear.
I speak the Queen's English. But Ben, you sound a bit Spanish these days, so I wouldn't go on, mate.
Oh, definitely not. Okay, let's go into the news section. Time for the news, metafutters. Oh yeah. News time, news time. Go on then, Jordan. Tell us.
News.
Go on then.
Really good bit of news this week.
Oh yeah, some good news.
I think it's good news. Yeah. So, Bungie and Activision are splitting up, and as part of the divorce, Bungie is keeping the child that is Destiny. Which is quite surprising. It's not typically the way things go, but I've got to assume that when they initially went into agreement, it wasn't really a typical thing. Was that they clearly had Destiny already mapped out in some kind of way? Like there's references to Destiny in some of the in one of the Halo games. Halo, what's it? The weird 3 spin-off. Help me, Melon.
Wars.
What?
ODST.
Dream
Sorry,
Drop-
I got it.
Dream
ODST.
Drop Distance.
There's a Destiny poster in the Halo game, yeah. So they clearly knew what they wanted to do. And when they left Microsoft, they were hot. You know, they were a hot property. And I'm assuming the agreement that they had with Activision was that, you know, we've got this IP, we will make it, you will publish it, you will get a lot of the money from it, but ultimately it's our IP. So now they're splitting up, they're cancelling their 10-year contract early, but they get to keep Destiny. And I imagine from Activision's point of view, you know, they wouldn't be splitting up if Activision was that worried about Destiny, I guess. So I think it's a good thing for everybody. You know, Bungie gets to be on its own again. It was always jarring that they jumped straight into bed with Activision after leaving Microsoft. So you've got to assume that's quite a similar corporate culture. So yeah, it'll be really cool to see what comes of this. Assumedly Destiny 3 and maybe with a slightly different design philosophy, one that's more centered on ongoing game as opposed to releasing a game every 18 months.
But yeah, when I first saw that, I
Do
thought,
we know how long they've been working on Destiny 3?
oh, pretty much since Destiny 2, I think. Like since
Right.
Destiny 2 came out, there's a company. I don't know if it's still there, but it was like across the road they were making it. But it's weird because I've read.
They worked a long time with Destiny 2 as well, and that was shit at release.
Yeah, they don't listen. Did you hear about what happened? Well, you heard the Beastcast. I didn't really know what had happened with this Neon Labs or whatever it's called. This like new.
Neon's Live is his name.
It was there was a new, like, because the latest Destiny DLC is really weird. Like when the DLC dropped, nobody could really play anything of it. Oh, they could just do the beginning of one mission, and it's a bit like a season pass where every week they've been dropping stuff, or not every week because over Christmas they didn't, but like they've just been dropping stuff and like bits and bobs of this, like, because a lot of people complained when Osiris and Warmind came out that you could finish it in 2 hours and then that was it, and there were some other things you could do, but it wasn't really that interesting. So yeah, once you got there to the end of the of like that, it was over. But this new stuff, they're like, hey, no, we've got stuff for you, it's going to come out every week. And then they released this puzzle that came out recently, and like nobody could get to the end of it. And once somebody had got to the end of this puzzle, then the forge to get this awesome weapon would be available. But yeah, no, maybe they have by now, I'm not sure, but yeah, they're not. It's not doing very well at the moment because nobody got to it, and eventually they just gave in and said, okay, let's just release it for everybody. So yeah,
What has this got to do with the Activision news, Ben?
we're talking about how Destiny's not that shit, or it's changing. Maybe, well, this wouldn't have happened before the Activision stuff, because apparently there was champagne corks been like I wasn't sure at the start. I was like, oh, is this bad news for Destiny? Does this mean Destiny's doing really badly, and Activision have said, "Oh God, no, we don't want anything to do with them anymore. It's a dying game," or which I think to them maybe it is, but to Bungie they're probably thinking, "Hey, great, we can actually make this game without people going, hey, do you want to release a season pass right now? Do you want to put the Eververse stuff in? Do you want to make things go behind paywalls and that?" It'll be obviously Bungie will need the money, but will they have the same kind of mindset of how to monetize the game?
I can't imagine Bungie are all that short for money, because obviously Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, for all their faults, have sold a lot along with the DLC.
They also got investment. Did you see remember the investment last year? They got like 100 million from some foreign company.
Oh,
It was like £100 million investment to Bungie. That's actually around about the
There
same
we go.
time I think that Jason Schreier said, yeah, they're probably going to split up.
Activision probably got that money.
Yeah. They're like, nope, we're keeping it. Go away. But yeah, I can't see anything but good really coming from this now. Will it be like though, a Hitman, where they become like IO Interactive, where they become their own company and then they release stuff and people don't actually buy it?
no, because it's Destiny.
Yeah.
I would really love if they like made a new kind of looting system, just like in other games where there is a boss or there is an NPC that drops specific items, and you have to grind those persons or those NPCs or those bosses. I would really love that, because then you're like, you know what you're doing. You see, when I play Destiny, it's just like you have to do 10 different things, and all of those things give you the same stuff.
Yeah. Do you know what I loved as well in Destiny 1? Do you remember when you used to, now you kind of level up instantly your subclass? Remember when it was like that weird, just complete Connect 4 kind of table where it's just loads of circles and you would unlock certain things and then you could switch over and you could switch things around, to like make the class perfect for yourself. Whether you'd have the triple jump or you'd have quick aim down sight. I can't remember all the stats, but it just felt like the grind for your character was great. And I know we've been playing a lot of Call of Duty. I kind of like leveling up weapons and stuff. Maybe they could introduce something like that.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
Customizing weapons would be nice rather than just, the odd mod or whatever.
So the way they're gonna change the game is going closer to Activation games.
Yeah, copy Activision. Get a battle royale mode in. Yeah, we'll see.
More news?
Go on, Jordan.
Next bit of news, is it?
Yeah.
Next bit of news then. Talking of games that are more grinding game, Division 2 is not coming to Steam.
No. Yeah.
Think about that, Ben. It's going to the Epic launcher instead.
Well, I was going to get it off Uplay anyway, so it doesn't matter because I love Uplay. But it's weird because like when you bought any Ubisoft game through Steam, it just launched it through Uplay anyway. So
yeah, it's lame, wasn't it?
Yeah, but now it's just I mean,
I would assume it's going to be the same with the Epic launcher as well. Do you own it on you? If you buy it through Steam, do you own it on Uplay as well?
I think so. I think you own it on Uplay because now I got like when I got the season pass update and stuff, I got it through Uplay. Speaking of Steam though, let me just quickly find it. Steam just published their 30,000th game. Well, not published, but it's published, isn't it? But yeah, 30,000 games are now available on Steam.
I thought it was more actually.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking it could be more, but
yeah, I couldn't have guessed a figure to be honest. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff on there.
So much trash on there. That's
shit.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I don't care. That I'm not one of those people that's oh my god, you should check out the Steam like the Steam subreddit. When this Division news came out, they were all like, "Oh, I'm not going to play it. I'm not playing it. Not playing it until it comes out on Steam." It's like, why? I like everything in one place. Well, you can get it as a desktop. Have it on your desktop.
Yeah, times are changing. I think. I think we talked about this maybe last week or whenever it was, but Like I used to be such a fanboy of Valve and
Yeah.
like
Steam
Proxy,
sales were
then
great.
Steam, but they just don't. It just feels like the last 5 years they haven't. I'm sure they have been doing something, but it just feels like they've completely just just said fuck it. We own the market. We're not going to do anything. Which that's typical. That tends to be what happens when somebody has a monopoly on a market. There's no competition keeping them sharp and making them make consumer friendly decisions. But I always thought that Valve were different than that. Like the way that they made their games, the way that they spoke to their fans and things, it always used to be, in the Half-Life days and Portal and stuff like that. They were just a step ahead of everybody else. They were incredible, and but now they just don't make games, and they don't seem to do anything to their launcher. And I think it's no surprise that I think they would have had a challenge keeping with everything going, digitally focused. I think they would have had a challenge keeping their market shares what it was anyway. But with them being so passive, it just seems like they're just willing people to come and try to take it away from them. And if anybody's going to do it, I would argue it'll probably be Epic.
Yeah. And also with all this kind of like the Netflix style thing with Origin and Xbox Game Pass, and I think people are just starting to, I don't know, I think people shouldn't care so much about having different launches. It doesn't matter too much. The only thing I do like about Steam though is their refund policy, and I hope all of the launchers start to copy that. And the reviews seem all right. I get some good ideas from reviews in Steam, but yeah, that refund policy is really good. Although you got that refund, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right.
Eventually.
Next bit of news.
What's next then?
We got some breaking news in the chat. Dim Gaming says. Dim Gaming said, "Did you guys hear that Gang Beasts is coming to Xbox soon?"
Who cares?
Yeah. Do you care, John?
Fucking fairy game. Right. What's
Another furry
next?
game. Doesn't even need a response.
Gang and Beasts.
That's great.
Another broken game for Xbox. Yep, goes with PUBG.
I would have thought that's already on Xbox. Is it on PS4? I thought it was just on everything at this point. Is it finished?
No.
It's never gonna be finished.
No. Need to remake it, I think.
Broken
Talking
game.
about something that'll never be finished. Red Dead Online just got Battle Royale mode.
Just what I
Come out of
wanted.
nowhere. 32 players. Weird, isn't it? Weird move that.
Yeah.
So many people wanted it. Like,
Yeah. But Rockstar typically don't care.
I think isn't it dead already? Red Dead Online.
I have no idea.
A lot of people don't like
I
it.
logged in the other day and I was like, I met a few people. There was nothing to do.
Mm.
It was really boring.
Yeah, I've got no interest in that. I'll wait till it comes out of. I think they said like 3 or 4 months, didn't they, of early access or beta.
Yeah, I assume
My
they just
character
slapped
looks
beta
really
on it
random.
just to- I assume they just slapped beta on it just to kind of excuse any early issues with like connectivity and stuff. But maybe it is actually a beta.
Yeah.
Maybe
They're just
They're
adding. They'll just add bits and modes and
yeah.
things, and then eventually when it comes out
Okay.
1.0, they'll be like, "Oh wow, actually, there's quite a lot of stuff to do here now." Who knows?
Yeah, it's an interesting one because like it was always weird. Like pre-release, we would have spoken about this previously, where like people were talking about what will Red Dead Online be, but at the same time you got this juggernaut of GTA Online. It's like, well, I can't imagine they're in a rush to try and challenge that
No.
anyway. They'll be happy just to continue with that and maybe slowly build up an audience for Red Dead.
Yeah, somebody they released. I think
Yeah,
they
new
released or
DLC.
they're about to release a free DLC for GTA Online. So like they're still pumping stuff into that all the time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They talk
That's
about them
really
in town.
popular.
Yeah,
Yeah, they'll talk about GTA Online in the same breath as Red Dead Online, and
maybe one day,
Um,
but I don't think.
I think what we've got to remember is as well, like I think there'll be a PC version probably at some point this year. There'll be a next gen console version of it,
Mm.
and by that point, the online service they'll probably have added different things, and there's going to be a long tail on the sales. I guess is what I'm getting at. They got plenty of time to kind of build it into something.
Tim says, never expect a Rockstar to get involved in Battle Royale. Oh, really? They love the money. Tim says, main issue with Red Dead 2.
Combat is gonna be too easy though if the comes out on PC.
Yeah, but we
Like,
how to
playing
do
the
that.
game will be so easy.
Because yeah, don't you feel like when you're shooting in Red Dead 2, it feels like old school? Because it takes forever to like reload and it's a bit dodgy.
For it.
And you definitely not. There's no accuracy when you're shooting, pretty much. There's no like aim down sight to that. Or there might be actually, and I have not played it in first person. Tim says, yeah, the main issue with Red Dead 2 is the fact you have a 75% chance of getting killed by other players for no goddamn reason. You know, I only got killed by. I played maybe 3-4 hours of it and only got killed by one person. I ran somebody down who was he'd killed somebody and then I just ran him down with my horse. And then I think he found me later and killed him.
It's called the Wide West for a reason, you know. It's not a nice place.
Yeah,
It's a Troll West.
the Troll West. It'd be interesting if they do kind of PvE servers where you can just go around and co-op with it, but I don't think that's what they want. They're not trying to push that.
I almost feel like there shouldn't have been an online mode at all. I think that game is
No, they shouldn't.
that game is too beautiful, too immaculate to put something as like the online offerings of Rockstar, as much as it works with GTA, because GTA is a little bit kind of gaudy anyway. You know, that stuff kind of planned out really well for them for GTA 5. I think Red Dead is such a high piece of art.
Yeah.
I don't think you should have passed it on an online mode. It never when I first booted into it and designed some shitty looking woman and like you know went through the first cutscene and you know the NPCs really well put together, decent dialogue and stuff, and then you just got this silent protagonist character for the online. I was like, this just isn't. This is such a weird, stark juxtaposition with the amazing campaign that I've just been through. So yeah, my preference would be that there wouldn't be an online, or if there is something, just something nice and passive, like go fishing with your mate.
Yeah, I mean, if they had a co-op mode in the game, sure. Although they'd have to remake so much of it, they wouldn't work. But Alex suggested to Dim find a role-playing server. I mean, on PS4 they won't, but on PC, when you get private servers, like having a role-playing server, that might be really interesting to play. Get people who actually like play the part. Do you like roleplay, Jordan?
Yeah. Love it.
You, Malum?
You're in a furry role-playing game, aren't you?
I'll be Knuckles, you be Tails.
Oh,
Yes.
I'll be Dr. Robotnik.
Eggman.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Next bit of news, Joe Dane.
Right, so
Oh.
remember that game, Alien Isolation? Remember that?
I was about to play. I'm about to play it because,
Have you played it before?
No, I gave away the copy that I had because it looked a bit too scary.
It is really scary. But like Alien, my favorite film. Well, Aliens is my favorite film of all time. There should be loads of really good Alien games, but it's a really mixed bunch. You've had a couple of okay ones, but like Alien Isolation was just the boy. It was absolutely class. First person survival horror. In the vein of those games where you know you're pretty much running away instead of trying to fight. Like the combat, you just weren't that great in combat in that game. You were supposed to run away and hide from the xenomorph. But it was a really good looking game, built on the aesthetic of the films really well. You felt like you were in that universe. Bit of a Metroidvania slant to it in terms of exploring this big space station. Overstayed its welcome. It's like 20 hours long, should have been 10. And jumps the shark a little bit with the way that it goes with you know the aliens. I won't go into too much more of that if you're about to play it.
Well, I was going to.
But you're not going to play it now?
Well, I was like, oh, there's a sequel coming out. Brilliant. I might play the original.
Yeah.
Because that's what I want, Jordan. And so they're making a
Should
sequel.
play the original. Don't not play it. But yeah, totally. So I'm like, fuck yeah, I want a sequel to that. Brilliant.
Can't wait for it. It's gonna be brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they're gonna
even
do...
though they split up the dev team after release because it didn't sell enough, I was like, they'll totally make a sequel. Of course they will. And they announced it this week, so everyone's happy.
Can't wait. It's gonna
Everyone's like really excited. It's called Alien Blackout. It's a battle royale. No, it's called Alien Blackout.
It's a version of Alien. It's like Alien Isolation, but like with Red Dead graphics and detail. I've heard.
It's like you know they've pumped loads of money into it. All the publishers are on board. They've said, look, Jord, we know that you love Alien. We know that you like Alien Isolation. You deserve a really good sequel to this one that is going to kind of build on the stuff that was strong in the original, but you know what, actually add to it as well and make sure the pacing is right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Spaceships in it. Star Wars as well. And I said, you know what, guys, don't bother because the money's in mobile. Why didn't you just make a mobile game? And they were like, you know what, Joe, we were thinking that, but we didn't want to disappoint you. So they're going to make a mobile game. I get it. And that's absolutely fine. It's called Alien Blackout. Have a look on iOS shortly.
Yeah, when's it out? Is that like in tomorrow?
I
or something?
fucking know.
Yeah.
No, it's not tomorrow. It's probably not going to be out for a while. It looks like
No,
quite
it's,
an
it's
ambitious
out.
mobile game.
It's
to be
out
fair.
really soon.
Kim, is it a mobile game?
Yeah, it's full of mobile game. It looks like it's going to be one of those games where you have like it's full 3D and all that kind of stuff. You still play as Amanda Ripley, who is Sigourney Weaver's daughter.
Oh, it's out
know.
24th of January.
That
Is
works.
it?
Yeah.
Fucking
So,
hell.
oh no, it's gonna. Oh, you've got a
That's
day off
one
though,
good
haven't
thing
you,
about being
Jordan?
on mobile. It can come out really quick, I guess. You
Yeah.
don't have to wait 6 months.
And also, you've got a day off to play it, Jordan.
Oh yeah. I'd probably rather do that than spend time with my missus. But so
Don't clip that, people.
so it looks like it's gonna be one of those games where like maybe you're looking through a surveillance camera and you need to say to I don't know whether you'll be the player character or whether you're just behind the camera, but you'll be like, right, the aliens come in, hide, or right, it's looking away, you run from A to B. It looks like one of those from the short trailer that I've seen, which you can imagine working fairly well on a touchscreen. But it certainly isn't the first person survival horror tour de force that we wanted,
No.
unfortunately.
Yeah, no jump
Like I
scares.
said, the development team was split up after the release of the previous one. It didn't sell very well. It was really cheap, really quick, that game.
Mrs. Scott's asked, is it good? I mean, PC Gamer just released a list of all space-related games to have on your PC, and they included it. But he said he's seen so many shitty reviews about it. Is Alien Isolation good?
Alien Isolation.
Yeah, I thought they were good reviews.
Yeah, they were like, I think it probably averaged, I don't know, 8
tell
out of
you.
10, something like that. I think IGN gave it a dodgy review.
Alien
for some reason.
Isolation is, yeah, exactly, 80.
Yeah.
It got dodgy reviews
but
from
if you-
Polygon.
But if you're an Alien fan, it's a 10 out of 10, I would argue. Because you ain't going to get anything better unless you really like mobile games.
Yeah, I did get some bad reviews. 6 out of 10 on GameSpot.
Yeah. It's
4
not- it's
stars on
definitely not 6 out of 10.
Digital
Awesome.
Spy. Polygon gave it 6.5. Very mixed, actually. Yeah, some like IGN gave it 5.9 out of 10.
Yeah, that's infamous. People give them shit for that. It's one of those games that a couple of months after release, there was a general consensus that it kind of got overlooked a little bit,
Yeah.
which is a shame because obviously that resulted in the development studio being destroyed, and now I need to deal with a mobile game follow-up.
So they
Have you
did.
ever
IGN
played
Polygon.
Anno 2075 or what it's called?
Oh, and
the-
2070.
The strategy game.
Yeah, the base builder.
I haven't played it now.
No, but I really can't wait for the next
But it's
one.
like an alien game just gone good.
Is it?
I might try and
Yeah,
I think
'cause
I've got it.
It is not, but it is like you have to make a world livable.
Yeah. Like go to different planets and what do you call it? Terraform them, I guess.
Yeah, terraform them.
Oh,
Yeah, that sounds good.
I think I
So
might
it's
have
an
it.
alien game gone good without the
Yeah.
aliens.
Are you looking forward to?
You can't get invaded by aliens or anything on it.
I don't think so.
Are you looking
Maybe a
forward to the
DLC or
sequel?
something.
The sequel looks amazing. It's Anno
It is?
1800. It's like in the Industrial Revolution. Looks
Ooh.
awesome, and it's that's out next month actually, just over a month.
Right, Ben, we've had some really good news there.
Yeah.
But you just decided to add one at the end, which I don't think hangs with the rest of them. So
Yeah. So
it really doesn't.
just randomly,
You're not going to play these.
No, I'm not. Just randomly,
You won't like them.
they dropped Hitman Absolution Blood Money remastered. Just like, yeah, there you go. It's remastered, and it was available 2 days in advance. Yeah, there you go. You can play it now. And,
Oh, are they out as well?
yeah,
I
it
didn't realize
came
they were
out.
out. I thought they just announced it.
I think it came out on Friday.
The thing is, those are not the games that people like. People like the new Hitman games. There's a reason why they stopped making these ones.
Yeah.
People didn't really like them.
I talked with some guys and they actually was it Blood Money it's called.
One was Blood
This-
Money, one was Absolution.
Blood Money, they said that was the best Hitman, so I guess there is a fan base on it.
There's
Yeah.
a fan base, but it's not. They're very different games to what to like the latest Hitman and Hitman 2.
Isn't there some actual story in there?
Yeah, the narrative games you go through. It's old school kind of game design. You go through levels. It's designed for you to play it probably once.
Mm. I hear
as opposed to-
Absolution's very linear. Is it Absolution that's really linear?
I'm not sure. Like I remember playing the first game on PC years ago. That's a long time ago actually. However, I don't know what it was, like 15 years ago, maybe more. And being impressed with it, but like the game's never really changed up all that much. They got a little bit more impressive from a tech end, but it was the same thing. And then, you know, obviously the latest Hitman came out and kind of refreshed it. So I don't know. I get why they've done it, because obviously Hitman. Well, I say Hitman is kind of fashionable at the moment. The latest one didn't sell very well, did it? So
No.
I can't see why this one would sell that well. And I just worry that people that enjoyed Hitman 1 and Hitman 2 will play these and be like, what the fuck?
Mm.
I don't like this. I don't like this game at all. So I don't know. I could be wrong.
Well, should we go into question time? Got 10 minutes?
No.
Well, we are. Got that Andre had done that one. Yeah. Amazing. So, Mr. Scops asks an interesting question. By the way, do you guys think that content creators, like YouTubers and streamers, as well as review sites, have too much of a weight in a game's success? Are we too heavily influenced to their opinions?
I think what we just talked about is a fairly good example of that. With Alien, I've got to assume that some of those lower scores must have impacted the sales, but at the same time, you know, like with a lot of things, there probably isn't just one reason for why something fails. You know, the marketing probably wasn't right, and I think it's sad for someone like me to admit. I love the Alien franchise, but you know, do like teenagers these days love it? Probably not. So it's probably a mixture of things, and maybe that the whole franchise is kind of gone out of fashion. But do I think that critics have too much weight? No, I think they've got an important job to do. So as long as they do it well and with a certain amount of ethics, I don't think any blame should be kind of landed on them. If a company makes a good game and they market it right, and you know they find a market, typically you find that reviews don't matter that much anyway.
Yeah, you see some games that get reviewed really well, and then what was there's some like Titanfall 2. Pretty much, I don't know how successful that was. That was lauded by critics at how great it was, but didn't sell very well. Yeah, Dishonored. There's a number of games that Hitman, the original Hitman, that got constantly reviewed how well it was, how great it was, Game of the Year in a few ones. But yeah, do they have a much? I don't know if they do, because there are so many games that don't do well that should do.
I think the fact that sorry, go on.
I have argued before that reviewers has lost most of their power now.
Yeah,
basically because of Steam reviews and stuff like that. And in any chat room and any forum, there's so much information you can get from the regular gamer, and just by speaking with a friend. And reviewers have 5 years ago, they had so much more power. They could break a game with a bad review, but now they don't have that power anymore because of people know so much now.
Yeah, and you find that publishers are just circumventing them. The big boys like EA, they'll have obviously their own YouTube channels. It won't just be some really polished package that they release to be, you know, to really feel like it's a promotional piece for their game. They'll hire people that can be fairly organic and fairly relatable, and they'll sit down and they'll just stream that game and they'll talk about it. They're doing it with Anthem at the moment. Like the developer diaries they're doing with that game, I think are really good. Like they've just got 2 people from the dev team. They sit down, they play the game, and they talk about it, warts and all.
That's what they did in the Division. Yeah,
this is a bug. We're gonna get rid of that. You know, we're tightening the level on this kind of bit, and you know that weapon isn't working as we want it to be, and just being kind of honest.
Yeah.
So that's good. At the same time, it can be a little bit worrying, like when you move from having critics like say an IGN, a GameSpot, that you know for whatever all the teenage idiots on the internet want to say, they do have a code of conduct and ethics, and they stick to that stuff, and I think they do a pretty good job overall. When you move away from that structure and you give power to, you know, some idiot sitting at home with a laptop,
Like a
who's got
pardon?
no boss and he's just getting paid by some publisher to say that the game is good, that can be a little bit of an issue. But I think again that probably self-polices when if somebody gets to a certain level of influence online, the community's just waiting for them to fuck up in some way, and they'll tear somebody down if they do feel that they're lying to an audience. So like Malum said, I think there's you have to be pretty naive to get fooled, I think, in this day and age by a video game that if a publisher isn't showing you anything before it's released, then you can probably assume that there's a reason for that and that the game isn't that great. And if they are showing things, then generally you can see a lot of it online, a lot of gameplay and stuff, and just work out if it's for you.
Yeah.
And also it's like with YouTubers, you see clearly that many of them they just browse around and then see, okay, if I give this game a bad review, it will get a lot of views.
Yeah.
And
You
and
see
he
that.
doesn't even have to hate it, and you just see it so clearly. So like they lost their power in that way.
And also you see
But
like
also, I think they have to. The next generation of reviewers, they have to stop with the points. They have to just go in and really go in depth about the game and just inform about the game and don't give any points, because nobody cares what you think. We just want the information, and we can take the information from there, and that's it.
Yeah, like I quite like having a point structure in place, because what I tend to do is I'll have certain outlets that I trust, and I know that are kind of fairly in line with the way that I view video games. And if they give something a 9, I know that that's probably a really good game, and then it comes down to me whether I think it's a game that I would like as well. But that's going to pique my interest in it. But I totally agree with you. Like the issue that you've got, and it's probably more the community's fault than the actual outlets. But you can have a game that comes out, and if it's a really high profile game and it gets generally good reviews, and then one person dares to give it a 7, and they could have a really good thought out reason for that, and write an entire essay on why they feel that it deserves a 7.
People are going to skip the end.
People are just going to see the 7 and just go fucking wild on it. You're going to get people who wanted to shoot down the game using it as an example, and then people that are invested in it and really wanting to love that game going crazy and throwing shit, even though a 7 out of 10 could be a reasonably good score depending on your scale.
You saw people going like that when someone gave Red Dead a 9. It was like, how you're bringing down the Metacritic score.
9 is a fucking brilliant game.
Yeah, but because they were wanting it to get as high as possible.
7 is a brilliant game.
Yeah, I mean, was it Jim Sterling gave Zelda Breath of the Wild a 7 and got so much hate? Yeah, there's certain people that I listened and I look at reviews of, and yeah, Jim Sterling, Jeff Gersman, pretty much anyone in Giant Bomb I'll listen to. Although I listen to the podcast and I like listening to what they're talking about it, because like half the time, maybe Dan will say something and I'm like, oh, actually, yeah, no, that is the game for me, and it might not be for him. So it's listen to podcasts, listen to Click Click Play. That's where I get all my gaming review news from.
Yeah.
Question. We've got 2 questions very quickly. Dim, how long do you guys think this Battle Royale phase will continue before it dies out? It depends.
I don't think we've scratched the surface.
I think they just need to change it up all the time, because you've seen them die all the time, right? You've seen them come and go, which when it first happened, everyone was just piling into them. What was that game? Realm Royale came out. Everyone was playing it. There were loads of games now more fail than succeed. A lot more fail than succeed. So I think games are realizing.
Just think about all the arena games that have come out after Quake, and it's still popular, and people are still making versions of it. BR is just the next popular thing. And it's gonna be so many games.
I think in a way it'll be here forever, like Malum said, in terms of think of like Capture the Flag. I'm sure there would have been a time at some point where Capture the Flag was really novel and every game was doing that kind of thing, and that doesn't mean that Capture the Flag has gone away now, but it's part of the fabric, I guess, in terms of how you can make a competitive shooter, and some games will have it and some games won't.
And that's what I like about it in Call of Duty Black Ops 4, the fact it's just a mode. Yeah, they've got zombies, they've got multiplayer, and then they've got Blackout, and that's fine, because like Millum and I were playing it earlier, or I was playing it on PS4. Now we played a bit of multiplayer, and I was like, I kind of fancy just a blackout match or two. So we went and played a couple of blackout matches, and then we did the podcast. But I'd probably gone back to multiplayer for a bit. It's a nice change of pace, and it's also really, for me, these battle royale modes and stuff are really good to watch on streams. I kind of enjoy it.
Do you think that the latest COD would have, because obviously sales wise, it's done really well. Yeah, like they're managing
done
to keep
really
momentum. Do you like how much of an impact do you think it would have been if they didn't have Blackout? And obviously they would need to have something else, otherwise that becomes a bit of a scant package because it didn't have the campaign. But do you think it was Blackout that kept that game performing? Or
Yeah, I don't think it would have. I think without Blackout, it would have been they'd been like, oh, that's a bare bones game. Guess multiplayer and zombies.
Yeah, but I have to argue that.
Assume they had a campaign. Like, if they kept a campaign but didn't have the battle royale map, do you think that game would have sold as much as it has?
No, not with campaign.
It's really well received.
Campaign isn't the sell point of that game.
No.
But the sell point on that game is actually the multiplayer arena fighting.
I love that.
Because the two last Call of Duty games, not the two last, but the two before the Second World War, was it was Advanced Warfare. That was shit. It was like you jumping around and climbing everything, and it was they ruined the base gameplay of the arena shooter. And the next one was in space or something. I haven't actually played it at all.
Infinity, I really liked it. I only played the campaign though. But the campaign was brilliant.
The core players of Call of Duty didn't like it. But they went back to the core in Black Ops 4 with the multiplayer, and I think that's the thing that actually saved it. And the BR was just like a bonus that it gained all the new players. But the new multiplayer in Black Ops 4 did so all the veterans came back.
And I think as well with Call of Duty, there's not really nobody's complaining about anything about it. Like, I don't see any complaints about the new Call of Duty. The only thing, maybe there's no campaign, but there's not. They've got like a store if you want to buy stuff, like in Fortnite, which maybe you shouldn't really if it's a game that's that's $60 or whatever it is, or $20 if you're on eBay. But it's like there's no, in the actual gameplay itself. I see so little complaints. People say like Blackouts, it's a really, really good, well polished battle royale with a really accurate shooting. The multiplayer mode feels really fresh, so fast, love it. And zombies I haven't played, but apparently that's good.
Yeah, it feels like the market can probably sustain two big battle royale modes. You got your Fortnite, which is obviously just absolutely huge, but also attracts like a really varied range of people. I'm sure there's people from like 8 years old up to, I'm sure there's some pensioners probably playing Fortnite somewhere.
By the 200 million players, it's bound to be somebody.
Yeah. And then obviously, your Blackout is your kind of more serious kind of enthusiast shooter, and I think that was Player Unknown. Obviously that game's dying, so I think we found a good kind of equilibrium where you've got two games. I don't think there's necessarily room for a third one, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with Battlefield when they launch.
Mark says,
I think for that one to thrive, it would need to topple Blackout. I think
if they went into like a hardcore mode and made it more like a simulation, like PUBG, it has a place. Because Black Ops is too arcadey.
Yeah,
but they won't, unfortunately.
Wonder if they'll ever do another map. I can like release that. Wonder if they would do that in Call of Duty.
The coolest thing with the COD map is that it's all the arena maps put together in one big battle royale map. I really, really love that.
Yeah, and then you can get 12 more if you get the season pass. €50 for the season pass. Jesus. Mark says following the fit. Yeah, because they pulled as esports pulled out of PUBG. Yeah, I think PUBG's a dead game walking. I mean, there are people that will still play it because they love it, but
I don't think it's dying.
Really?
Didn't they just ban like tons of people? And for cheating, and some of them are pros as well.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
That's really odd how you can become a pro, but but be cheating at the same time. That doesn't strike me as like a healthy scene.
That's happened with Counter-Strike so many times.
Mm.
People have been like they got caught during competitions.
Oh
Christ.
yeah, I've seen it where they've accidentally brought it up on the screen, the little aimbot thing.
Oh,
So good.
you're
Oh.
stressing me out.
Did you see
Stop
that?
it.
Did you not see? Was it? Yeah, it was Counter Strike with that girl who was streaming, and it came up, and then she started shouting at a friend. She's like, "Oh, it was my friend. It was Tanya or whatever. Oh, no, Clara. That was it in the chat. Clara. Oh my God, Clara, what are you doing? Have you ever seen that clip, John?
What install? No, I haven't. But what
Oh.
installing a aimbot? or
He claimed
something?
that she'd been using the PC and had installed an aimbot, and that's why it was up and in use. And the fact that she could see the enemy's health bars in the game, and oh yeah, check out Clara CS:GO on YouTube. It's brilliant.
But the reason everybody thinks PUBG is dying is because it was the main game.
Yeah.
Because it was the first battle royale that came through, but now it's a niche game. But it has a lot of players, and it's gonna keep on going because it's the difficulty in that game. It's so when you get into it,
Yeah.
you're bitten. You have to keep playing because it's such a long way to the top.
Just
So you
looking on Twitch now, like 79,000 people are watching it. Which is shocking.
Yeah.
Shroud still plays it. Does Dr. Disrespect still play it?
I think it plays mostly COD.
Oh, okay.
COD is actually dying on Twitch because
Really?
people don't like to watch it.
That must be why we had quite a few viewers when we were playing it earlier. Because normally when you play a game that's really popular on Twitch, like you never get new people popping in. But I noticed a few with COD, so I was like, oh, okay, maybe there aren't as many streams as there is
No,
normally.
it doesn't look as fun to watch because the shooting and everything is pretty simple. So people like when you see somebody shoot down somebody in PUBG, they know how difficult it is. They know how much skill you have, but you don't need the same skill in Call of Duty.
No, you don't. Yeah. All right. Well,
But it is difficult.
thank you for your question, peeps. If you've got any other questions, feel free to stick it in the Click Play channel of the Discord. Try not to have a really. I think we had 2 hours, which I think is a good length. Oh yeah.
Love a good length.
Yeah, me too. Good love length. Are we back next week, or I mean, up to you. But if you want to do it every week, I'm up for that. Because the Twitch one, I think I'll just do as like a special every now and again.
I'll probably. I don't know. We'll see next week if we're doing. I know next week isn't Resident Evil, is it? It's the week after. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do whatever next weekend.
Cool. Well, what's
Gonna
coming
say,
out?
like,
Is there
do
anything?
Fucking 2 streams with you, but when I could be playing Resident Evil, but
Oh my god. We'll have a 1 hour. Yeah, John's like, yeah, Resident Evil's really good. No, you'll be just, yeah, Resident Evil, it's really good.
It's on in the back.
It's like Andre playing Celeste or whatever in the background. But yeah, before the next stream, Jordan will have played Ace Combat 7, Travis Strikes Again, Yakuza 4,
Oh, yeah.
Yeek, Vane,
love Yakuza games.
Walking Dead Final Season,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Onimusha Warlords,
Oh, maybe play that. Yeah.
and
Slider Raccoon.
Slider. Oh, I love that. What about New Super Mario Brothers? That's kind of got meh reviews.
Don't like Mario games.
No, if you don't like Mario games, I bet you would not like that then. Oh
But
shit!
they're for children.
For children.
Kids.
Oh my god! You know,
Theories.
on the 24th of January, not only does Alien Blackout come out, but now, John, you're going to be busy because episode 2 of Life is Strange 2 comes out then.
Oh, great.
Oh, we missed the news as well with the fact that Tropico got delayed.
That's not news.
Tropico 6 got delayed.
The amount that you talk about, like, it's fucking Tropico 6.
I like Tropico 6. I'll enjoy the one day that I play of that game and then put it off.
Yeah.
And never play it again.
Just go play 5, please, man. Just go play 5 instead. It'll be exactly the same.
Oh no, I got to play a new game.
Stop feeding them.
All right, but yeah, thank you, people. We're gonna stick around. We've got BBW Roll Call pay-per-view coming up. First one of season 2. Melem is defending his BBW Heavyweight Championship against Dagenmar with his little shit stain. I've given him a Bronco Buster. He's got a piss stain on his pants, and he does Bronco Buster and Stink Face. It's quite disturbing. We call it a weapon of ass destruction. I'm also going to give him Rear View, which is another finishing move. Yeah, you'll see that. and also some pretty much all of them are title matches apart from the first match, which is Andinis against his rival Limited Knight. All right, so thank you very much, and we'll see you with more Click Click Play next week. But like I said, stick around. BBW starts right after this. Oh wait, first,
Suck it.
Mellum, how do we find you?
That was awkward, Ben. I was going to end with suck it, and then now you've done the outro bit.
I'll suck it later. But Mellum, how do we find you?
I'm a Meloman on Twitch.
You are. And Jordan, what are you?
I'm Immortan Jord on Twitch. No,
Oh, yeah.
Twitter.
And on Twitch. Yeah, go and follow Jordan, guys.
I suppose you're not going to see me on there, no. Maybe I'll stream some Parasite Eve 2 for you.
Oh, God,
Oh.
can't wait. It sounded amazing. Bye-bye, everybody.
Suck it.